Hi, I'm Roma, and welcome to Fantasy Booking, where we take your favorite wrestlers and ask what would happen outside the ring.
And I'm Sushi from Sushi's Pop Empire. I first became a wrestling fan in the Attitude Era, but as I entered my young adulthood, I drifted away from sports and more toward other fandoms, such as sci-fi, fantasy, and anime. But I always felt that wrestling was the perfect sport for a story-driven geek like me. And now that I have another story-loving geek in the house, together, we're rediscovering wrestling through the lens of the incredible characters, the gripping stories, and the fans who make it all so much fun.
In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the current characters making up the Women of Raw and seeing where they'd fit on a traditional 9-square D&D alignment chart, from Lawful Good to Chaotic Evil.
Choose your side. Join the fight. Join the fight. Heroes shine in the spotlight. Fantasy bouquet. Roll initiative. Prove your drive. Every legend comes alive. Fantasy bouquet.
Ivy Nile came to professional wrestling from MMA and other combat sports gaming before signing with WWE in 2020. As a newer member of the main roster, Ivy hasn't won any championships yet, but she's won #1 contenderships and competed in the Royal Rumble and other impressive contests. Ivy doesn't have a Funko Pop yet, but we'd love to see something like this. All right, so the first wrestler we're talking about is Ivy Nile, and she's actually one of the newer wrestlers on the main roster.
I really haven't seen much of her.
Yeah, actually, she doesn't wrestle much on the main roster. I watch Main Event every week, so I've seen her more on there, so I've gotten to see a little bit of her style.
Huh.
She's basically, from what I can see, she's definitely a heel, but her style is more about just like power, destruction, domination. She just kind of comes in. We might as well call her Miley Cyrus because she comes in like a wrecking ball.
Well, I mean, we haven't really seen much of her. She hasn't really shown up with much of a strongly defined personality, but if you're right that what her personality does have is a lot of power moves and heel attitude, then we should probably put her in Chaotic Evil.
Yeah, I would say Chaotic Evil. I mean, she does have a strong personality. It's just that she hasn't gotten a lot of chance to show it off yet. So definitely hope we see more of that in the future. But I would put her in Chaotic Evil.
I've got to agree with that.
Okay.
Asuka began her professional wrestling career in 2004 and joined WWE in 2015. She's a Triple Crown and Grand Slam champion, which means she's won all of the championships. And she's also a Royal Rumble and Money in the Bank winner. She's also an avid gamer with major credentials in the game development community and her own gaming YouTube channel called Kana-chan TV. Her first Funko Pop was released in 2018. Man, Asuka sure is a fierce wrestler, isn't she? I have some thoughts, but Sushi, where would you put Asuka?
Well, so my first instinct, obviously, is to put her in the heel category.
Fair.
Because that's kind of what she represents. She's like almost right back into the Chaotic Evil, because with the makeup and the costumes and the moves she uses, it's all very, fearsome and everything.
She does have a bit of an edge about her.
She does. But even most recently with the feud with Io, it kind of, that's not how that ended, right?
That's true. It did end with tearful hugs, wonderful reunion, friends again.
Although they definitely didn't resolve the storyline of the custody of Kyrie, so
they did rob us of Kyrie. They did do Kyrie dirty.
They really did. We were definitely robbed of that resolution. And then at the end of all that, she and Io were friends again, and then she left. So we actually don't know what she's going to be doing when she comes back.
Well, ever since then, she has been taking a bit of a break. So, since we don't really know what's happening with her and she hasn't wrestled in a while, maybe we should put her in true neutral?
I'm good with that. Let's put her in true neutral, and then we have plenty of room to move her, depending on where they decide to go with the character when she comes back.
Stephanie Vaquer got her wrestling start in 2010 at Maximo Combate de Lucha before moving to WWE in 2024. She is a former Women's World Champion, former NXT Women's World Champion, and former NXT Women's North American Champion. And she is the only woman to hold both of the latter two titles simultaneously and defend both of them on the same night. She is also the WWE Women's Crown Jewel Champion of 2025. Stephanie is a survivor of domestic abuse, but she has gone on to healthier relationships and a happier life. She does not currently have a Funko Pop, but we won't settle for anything less than this one, inspired by her WrestleMania 42 gear.
Stephanie Vaquer, what to say about her?
Well, she wrestles as a face, but she's definitely not your typical face. She's got the horns and the kind of almost R-rated moves like the Devil's Kiss and the heavy metal entrance music. So
She has a supernatural edge to her, doesn't she?
she really does.
Kind of like our favorite face.
Yeah, like Danhausen. Much like Danhausen, she has the kind of the supernatural, almost demon kind of element going on.
R-rated female Danhausen.
Yes, exactly. But she is a face. She is. I mean, she's a hero really in the luchadora community, and her most recent feud with Liv, although. Oh, that was so long ago. It seems like WrestleMania was a year ago at this point. We haven't seen her since. But yes, she definitely was the hero of that saga, even though she did end up losing the title.
That's true. We have not seen her since WrestleMania. She has stayed out of the spotlight ever since. So, maybe we can put her in chaotic neutral?
I think that's good. That's where I would put her, because even though she is a face, she has that, like you said, that edge to her, and without knowing where she's going to go when she comes back, I think that's a good spot for her.
Colloquially known as the Genius of the Sky, Io made her professional wrestling debut in 2007 before finally signing with WWE in 2017. She is frequently cited as the most technically skilled wrestler in the world, which is all the more impressive considering that she's legally blind without her contacts. Io is a Triple Crown, Grand Slam, and Money in the Bank champion, as well as the reigning Queen of the Ring. A queen still needs her consort, however, and Io still finds time for love, having recently tied the knot with fellow WWE star Naraku. Io's Funko Pop was released in 2025, and here's what it looks like.
All right, now Io, one of our favorites. Well, everybody loves Io.
That is true. Her peppy nature definitely puts a smile on my face every time I hear her intro music.
Oh, I know. When you hear that intro music, it brightens the whole arena. And her Joshi style of wrestling is so impressive. She's really technically skilled as well as putting on a great show.
She really knows how to play the crowds, and she does so in the most friendly way possible.
Oh, I know. I love the Io emote that she does whenever she hits one of the really impressive moves.
I mean, she's gotta be in good. She's the friendliest face you'll ever meet.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I would put her in Lawful Good because she's...
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, her current character, I know she's had a heel persona in the past, but her current character is just so pure and innocent and sweet. Even with her recent tag team with Rhea Ripley, she even made a character as dark as Rhea Ripley seem all sweet and innocent and sunshine. So yeah, I would say Io goes to Lawful Good.
I mean, that's true. Not only is she sweet, innocent, kind, but she's also really technically skilled, and nobody that skilled can be anywhere but lawful. So, I agree with that. Lawful good.
Okay, good. Let's go with that.
Lyra Valkyria began wrestling in her native Dublin in 2015, before signing with WWE in 2020. Lyra was the inaugural winner of the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship, and she's also held tag team gold, although only for a day. Most recently, Lyra fought as part of a tag team with Bayley, until Lyra's recent shocking heel turn on an episode of Raw. Lyra doesn't have a Funko figure yet, but this is what we have in mind.
All right, so Lyra Valkyria, she's definitely a very interesting character.
That she is, considering everything that's happened.
Yeah, she was most recently wrestling as a face, like a very bright, cheerful, happy kind of face, as part of the tag team with Bayley.
Yeah, until she turned on Bayley.
Yeah, and that was kind of crazy because it seemed like she turned on Bayley after Lyra lost the tag match, which is kind of crazy. But I guess she had a point that Bayley had them chasing past glory rather than really going after anything for the future. So I like the character. I like the character arc that they have for her.
She has been going down a pretty interesting arc. That being said, I think she's one of the simplest to plot. Before, she was chaotic good, being with role model hugger Bayley, but with this recent heel turn, she's dropped straight to chaotic evil.
I agree. With, like you said, the witchy persona that she has now, I would call that definitely chaotic evil.
Bayley wrestled on the independent circuit starting in 2008 before joining WWE in 2012. Bayley was actually the first Women's Triple Crown and Grand Slam champion, and she's won many other awards besides, including being a 2-time Slammy winner. Bayley is known as a locker room leader, and she also performs in AAA. Her Funko Pop was released in 2017. Here it is.
And speaking of Bayley, it's time to see where we would put her.
It's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Bayley and Lyra were chaotic good, and Lyra turned on Bayley.
Yeah, I would still put Bayley in chaotic good. Although after Saturday night's main event, she may be in injured or inactive now, which is kind of sad. But yeah, with the character that they've shown us, I would say chaotic good.
She's a hugger, she's friendly, she has a slight heel persona, but she's chaotic good. She's the most simple to plot.
Yeah, especially, they kind of abandoned the dual personality storyline that they had for her.
Which is honestly for the best.
Yeah, that was a little cringe. But yeah, I would call her chaotic good.
Next, we're going to be talking about the women of the Judgment Day. And we do love all of them, but we're going to be talking about them as a group because there's a lot of overlap there. Raquel Rodriguez got her wrestling start in 2013 under the America's Academy of Pro Wrestling and moved to WWE in late 2016. She has earned the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship thrice, but has lost it each time. And she has also held and lost the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship thrice, but she currently holds no title. Raquel is a devout Christian of the Episcopalian faith, and she does not currently have a Funko Pop, but we think this design really captures her essence.
Unlike many of the other women on Raw, Liv Morgan actually began her career with WWE, debuting in 2015. Liv is a Crown Jewel, Money in the Bank, and Royal Rumble winner, as well as a 4 times Tag Team Champion, and she's the current Women's World Champion. She currently wrestles as part of the Judgment Day faction, and she was recently runner-up for Queen of the Ring. Liv is also an actress, appearing in Chucky, The Kill Room, and the upcoming film, Bad Lieutenant Tokyo. Liv got a double feature Funko release in 2023, shown here in her standard ring gear at the time.
Roxanne Perez got her wrestling start in 2018 before signing with WWE in early 2022. She has won and lost the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, the NXT Women's Championship twice, and the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Roxanne has a fervent desire to bring awareness of mental health to wrestling, as she herself suffers from anxiety and depression. Roxanne does not currently have a Funko Pop, but check this out.
All right, so next let's talk about the ladies of the Judgment Day, and we're going to talk about them all together.
Yeah, they do all have pretty similar alignments, although Liv does have a bit of a reputation as a sex symbol.
Yeah, she does. She kind of stands out a bit as the pinup girl, although I would say that Roxy she's so cute. It's kind of interesting, the juxtaposition with her little sweet face and just her evil character. And then, of course, Big Mommy Cool has her own sex appeal, definitely.
As for alignments, they're pretty cheating and scummy, which normally I'd say would put them in chaotic evil, but they are really loyal to each other.
They are. They are dastardly and underhanded, but they are really loyal when it comes to each other. And it's kind of a neat sisterhood to get to watch. So I definitely, I would put them more in the neutral evil.
Yeah, they're not fair enough to be lawful. They're not backstabby enough to be chaotic. Neutral evil sounds like a good place to put them.
I agree.
Unlike many of the other women of Raw, Naomi actually began her wrestling career with WWE in 2009. Prior to signing with WWE, she performed as a dancer for the Orlando Magic and hip-hop superstar Flo Rida. Naomi is a 3-time Women's World Champion and a 2-time Women's Tag Champion, in addition to winning Money in the Bank in 2025. In 2014, Naomi married fellow WWE superstar Jimmy Uso, and she has been on hiatus ever since a maternity announcement in 2025. Naomi's Funko Pop was released in early 2020, and here's what it looks like. Naomi is an interesting character, albeit one we don't really know much about. Ever since her maternity announcement, she's been on hiatus.
That's true. We don't know much about her. She is a heel, and she is a former champion. We know that. So she definitely has a reputation as a very fearsome competitor. I don't think that Jimmy Uso would end up tying the knot with anyone less than that. So being that she's a heel, I would definitely put her more toward the chaotic side. Heels don't tend to follow the rules.
But since she's been on hiatus, like many other women, I'd say she'd probably go more in the neutral category.
I'm good with that. I would put her in chaotic neutral, just until we know a little more about her.
Natty got her wrestling start in 2003, performing for Stampede Wrestling before moving to WWE in 2007. She has won both the now defunct Divas Championship and the WWE Women's Championship, but has since lost both and has not won another title recently. She is a member of the legendary Hart family. Natty does not currently have a Funko Pop, but we like this design.
Here we have yet another one that we don't really know much about. Natty, like many of the others on this list, hasn't really appeared as much.
That's true. She hasn't been on the main roster as much. She's been wrestling more as part of the independent circuit. We do know that she's a legacy. She's been around with WWE for many years, but I guess she's more doing her own thing kind of now.
What we do know about her character on WWE is that she's very authoritative, condescending, everyone needs to listen to her.
So that kind of sounds like almost like an evil sheriff kind of character. So why don't we put her in Lawful Evil?
Yeah, I think Lawful Evil works.
Okay, good. Let's go with that.
AJ Lee got her wrestling start in 2007 in the New Jersey independent circuit before signing with WWE in 2009. She has won the Divas Championship title a record-tying 3 times and the Women's International Championship once, though she has lost both of these. She is considered one of WWE's most famous female wrestlers of all time, and Bayley in particular has cited her as an inspiration. She's also the real-life wife of CM Punk. Her Funko Pop was released in 2015, and here's what it looks like.
Okay, so next up is AJ Lee.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna say Lawful Neutral.
Really? Lawful Neutral? I would put her right up there with Io in Lawful Good. I mean, she's so sweet and innocent and pure. I mean, look at what she did at WrestleMania with the little girls skipping along to the song. It's so cute. You don't get more pure than that.
Wasn't that literally a dig at Becky Lynch, though, about how Becky's daughter preferred AJ over her own mother?
Oh my God, you're right. That is what that was. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, well, okay, given that, yeah, I may have misjudged AJ. So, okay, I'm with you. Yeah, let's put her in Lawful Neutral since she's going to be passive-aggressive like that.
All right, that's what I was thinking.
Good deal.
Sol Ruca got her wrestling start in early 2022 in the WWE Performance Center, before later moving to NXT after a few months. She is the current Women's Intercontinental Champion, and she has a degree in human psychology at the University of Oregon. She does not currently have a Funko Pop, but we like this design.
Sol Ruca, a recent transfer from NXT, and a very impressive one at that.
Yeah, she's already faced Becky Lynch. She's already faced Lyra Valkyria. She's already won the Women's Intercontinental Championship. So she's really making a name for herself out there.
That she is. She's being the soul snatcher, but at the same time, she's also very new and seemingly still feeling herself out.
Yeah, that's true. Until we learn too much more about her, maybe we should just sort of put her in neutral good, and then that way we have plenty of room to move around.
Yeah, I can't really see any other place to put her, so neutral good does sound, well, good.
Okay, let's go with that.
Becky began her professional wrestling career in her native country of Ireland in 2002. Making a name for herself across Europe and North America before finally coming to WWE in 2013. Becky joins the other elite women on this list as both a Triple Crown and a Grand Slam champion. She's often considered amongst the best female wrestlers of all time, and it's not just us saying it. Becky is also an actress, even appearing in an episode of Star Trek, and she's married to fellow superstar Seth Rollins. Becky's first Funko Pop was released in 2018. Here it is.
Okay, the next wrestler we're going to talk about is Becky Lynch. And I would definitely put her more toward Lawful Evil because she also, I feel like, has kind of that evil sheriff kind of vibe.
Huh, interesting. I also put her in Lawful Evil, but for a different reason. She always seems to try and sneak in sneaky stipulations in her contract signings. Almost like a demon at the crossroads.
Yeah, that's true. I could see that. It seems like she kind of tries to use the rules to her advantage rather than like ignoring the rules like a lot of kind of chaotic evil heels do.
Overall, I think we've come to the same conclusion, and Becky Lynch definitely has a Lawful Evil category to her.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Maxine Dupree got her wrestling start in a WWE tryout in Las Vegas in August 2021 as one of the attendees who got a contract. She would actually be known as Maxine for the first time in mid-2022 on NXT. She isn't currently a champion, but used to be the Women's Intercontinental Champion. She runs her own clothing boutique called Jaunty and does not currently have a Funko Pop. But here's what we had in mind.
All right. So the last wrestler we're going to talk about is Maxine Dupree, and she's a really fun one. She was a really sweet, innocent baby face until just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, she was the only woman of Alpha Academy. She was nice, she was friendly, and it seemed like she was going to be a face for a good long while.
Yeah, until she started feeling the pressure, and Austin Theory came along with his, but Daddy, I love him kind of vibe, and now she's done a complete 180.
She's left Alpha Academy high and dry, and she's become the woman of the vision rather than of Alpha Academy.
Yeah, she's actually taken Paul Heyman's place as the leader of the vision, and her leadership has involved a lot of betrayals, low blows, backstabbing. I mean, she's become quite the villainess.
In that case, I'd say we should put her in chaotic evil with the other worst of the worst heels.
Yeah, I agree. She belongs in the category with the dirtiest ladies.
Thus concludes our alignment analysis for the Women of Raw. A copy of this alignment chart can be found in the posts section of our YouTube page. And of course, as always, we welcome any feedback, corrections, anything you think we may have missed, anything that you think that we misinterpreted. Please let us know in the comments.
That's all we have for now. Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Fantasy Booking.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Step through the portal. Answer the call. Heroes and rebels, we rank them all. Steel meets starlight, legends collide. Brains and bravado stand side by side. Choose your side.
Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Fantasy Booking. We're glad you all came out, and we're proud of what we've accomplished.
I'm going to try that again. How did we do? Nope.